It's always something. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Our Morning Take. My name is Frank Johnson.
My name is Abraham Lawrence.
I'm Nick Seaman.
And I am Tim Goetz.
Our goal here is to describe for you the movie that's going on in our head when we read the Bible. Today is Monday, and I hate Mondays, and especially, well, sort of this one. I think our problems have mostly worked out, but we still have this little buzz, and that's where we came up with the expression buzzkill. About to kill that thing.
We'll just get a new cable and we'll be all right.
Anyway, It is Monday. It's October the 23rd. It's episode number?
202.
201.
Well, 201 was the...
Deleted.
Okay.
201 is supposed to be deleted. If you have another episode 201,
201
when you put
was,
this one in, it'll say, do you want to overwrite it? And you're going to say, yes,
I'll
I
just
do.
delete the... Well, the 201 technically was the where you and I did the...
Yeah, but it said 201A
Yeah.
and 201B, right?
Okay, so this is episode 201.
It better be, because we just had 200 on Friday. It's Monday,
Yep.
and I hate Mondays.
Yes, he does.
Everybody's in the house today, though. We've got Nick Seaman back. Welcome back.
we
brother.
got,
here.
we got a full
Good to
boat
be back.
today.
So a couple of things that we need to touch on before we get into anything this morning is what happened last week. So if you listened to the podcast at all last week, we had a little PSA. Did you ever get a chance to listen to it, Nick?
I didn't. I mean, I did get a chance, but I forgot.
I just wanted to make sure it
I'll
worked
just be
on your
honest with you,
phone.
I completely
Yeah, it
forgot.
worked. I listened to it right after you told me.
I just wanted to make sure it worked
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you were one of the ones that were...
It's not working.
Our inferior Android people that couldn't listen to it.
And
Well, I just
Crystal-
didn't feel like I was worthy, so I didn't.
yeah, Crystal Lennox said that she was able to hear it, so that's exciting.
That's all that matters.
That's all that really matters. As long as Crystal's hearing it,
Yes.
that's all I care about.
So we want to just give a big shout out and a welcome to all of our Android listeners, all two of you. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yes, thank you very much.
Welcome back.
But the 2 weeks that we recorded last week, we had a young lady in the studio. Her name was Robin Summit, and I don't want to forget her this week. She'll be back on at some point. We'll have her back on. She can give her testimony. She's a great lady. She's trying to do her own podcast. I don't have the name of it in front of me right this minute, but I'll get some information from you. But she goes to Free Will Baptist Church on Union Road here in Gastonia, and they're going to have a trunk or treat party on Saturday. We'll remind you about it again on Friday's podcast, just so you know. But she's welcome to come back sometime, and we'll put together some things with her. She was really she read out of the Amplified, Nick. So we just let her read. She had
good.
the Amplified.
Yeah,
and-
cool.
But the audio was so bad that we couldn't hear her.
well,
what
we
she
were
was reading.
taping literally out of that out of the microphone in the laptop. So he sounded
Yeah.
great. I was a little muffled. Abraham was kind of like this. So you couldn't hear her at all. So it was like, the further you got away from the microphone, the worse it got. So
I didn't sound good, but I looked amazing. Sort of like today.
Sort of like today.
Oh, yeah, looking slick today.
Abraham came straight from church.
He's got to look impotent.
This is no
That's right. If you're going to be impotent, you might as well look impotent.
This is no Tuesday night session here. This is a Sunday afternoon. It's actually October 22nd, so we're just a day ahead of you. So that led me to a couple of other things that I thought we might talk about since we're right up to date on current events. Anybody know where we're at with Israel over there? Are they still a nation? Are we? What's going on, Nick? You've been watching the news?
The last thing I was where they had a dispute over who actually bombed that hospital, and they're saying, yeah, definitely it was the jihad thing. It was like a misfire, and the whole cluster of missiles hit that
Oh my goodness!
hospital. A lot of was it 500 to 800 people died, something like that.
Wow.
Yes.
Children and everything. It was just terrible.
I preached this morning about loving your enemies, and I said that means we're to love
Yeah.
this enemy of Israel's. We're still supposed to love them. And I said one of the things I said, you can like our president, you can hate our president. I don't really care. But when Joe Biden said that they had earmarked about, I think it was like $100 million for aid to Gaza residents that were caught up in this whole thing to make sure that they had food, water, things like that. That's what a Christian nation should do.
Yes.
They're our enemies,
Agree.
but we still we give them water and medical care, whatever we can do, because we're still to love everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Abe, anything on the front there, buddy? Or are you good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm ready to roll.
My chair is just not quite right.
I
It's
see
Monday.
you
Well,
over
it's
there.
Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. You know, get all the kinks out.
That's the way it is. The microphone's too big.
Scoot up so we can get you in the camera here.
Me? Not me. I'm right. I'm fine. Okay. Anyway,
We can't have Abe stealing the show.
so we are in Genesis chapter 42. If you want to read along with us, we're in a great part of the story. It's been a week or so since we've had the story, so we're going to just kind of catch you up just a little bit. Joseph has he's been taken out of prison. He's read Pharaoh's dream. He tells Pharaoh that they're going to have 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of famine. And Pharaoh says, well, who better than to rule over Egypt than you? He makes him ruler of all of Egypt. He's just Pharaoh in name only, but he says, nobody will do anything unless you say it. So I think we said, we pretty much agreed that even Pharaoh wouldn't do anything if Joseph didn't say that it should be done.
Yes.
So there you go. And that's kind of important to the story today, too. And then we found out that Pharaoh gave Joseph a wife, and he's had a couple of sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh means God has made me forget all my trouble and my father's household, and that's pretty important.
Yes, it is.
And then Ephraim was God has made me fruitful in the land of my affliction. You know, I don't even think we hit on that last week, or last week we actually had a podcast, but he's being afflicted in this land. He calls it his land of affliction. So you know what? It's not a cakewalk for him. We do know that by what they even say in the scriptures here that the Egyptians did not eat with the Hebrews.
Right.
I found that odd because how long have Hebrews been around? Abraham?
Oh yeah, they've been
Do
around.
they consider Abraham the first Hebrew?
I would assume so. But here's the thing: going back to what you were saying about being fruitful in the land of my affliction, how telling is that for what's coming ahead
Yeah.
years later?
Yeah. But I mean, most people would think that he's in the land of Shangri-La. I mean, this is Nirvana, right?
Yeah.
This is like heaven. But he still calls it the land of his affliction. I just thought that was a little odd. And there was something else going on in my head, too. I don't remember what it is now.
It'll hit you.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 42, verse 1 says, Now Jacob saw that there was grain in Egypt. And Jacob said to his sons, Why are you staring at one another? Behold, I have heard that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us from that place so that we may live and not die. And the 10 brothers of Joseph went down to buy grain from Egypt. Abe and I was talking off air that, do you reckon that, I'll give this to you, Nick, since you're the professor. Do you think that Jacob was a little hesitant to go to Egypt after Grandpa going down to Egypt and it being a bad thing?
I think just for everybody, it was just kind of a worrisome thing. Just how powerful it is, and he knew that the Pharaoh could do whatever he wants to do and all that. So I imagine it probably was. It's probably just tradition passed down, like stay out of Egypt.
Yeah, I'm thinking he was probably pretty hungry before he started sending his sons down there. What do you
Oh
think?
yeah, and even excuse me, even when
Hit the cough button next time.
it slipped. Even when Isaac went through there, he had some issues. So you kind of figure it's like,
Do you think
man,
they have the National Day of Hagar? down there?
you've been saving that.
I have.
Yeah. So
That could have caused some grief, though.
yeah, like he's probably heard the stories. Like, man, I don't want to send my boys down there. My dad and my grandpa had issues when they came
Yeah.
through there. So
He got a wife and a kid and then kicked them out.
yeah, so
It's not right.
he's probably, like you said, he's probably hesitant. But you know what? They need food. Food's running out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the brothers, the 10 brothers, and that's kind of important too because not going to take Benjamin, but but Jacob did not send Joseph's brother Benjamin with his brothers, for he said, "I'm afraid that harm may befall him."
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
happened with the last time he sent
Yeah.
Joseph?
What happened to the last time he sent the young one down there? What happened?
What do you think, Nick?
The last one?
Yeah.
What happened to his other
What
kid?
happened?
Oh,
to
Joseph? Yeah, he got thrown in a pit and sold off. And, well, according to Abraham, as far as he knows, he was devoured by an animal.
Coat of many colors. Yep, I think that's it.
Yep. We got Monday in the books.
Man, that's quick.
I wonder if Simeon brings that thing down to Egypt with him. That's why he put him in jail. Oh, I love that.
It's like some